Rise and shine, mothers and brothers and cheese wedges and diving boards and handlebars all over the world. Thank you for riding with me on my way to work today. Beard a little bit crazy today because of the humidity. It's been a hot, humid summer, man, and I'm telling you, in years past, I would have hacked this beard to death. But knowing what I know now, when in doubt, grow it out. Leave it alone. Put down the clippers. Step away from the clippers. No beard will get hurt. Don't be afraid to unload people from your social media sites, the personal social media sites, the people that are incompatible with your perspective or worldview. There's people whose posts anger you, confuse you, they're argumentative. Don't be afraid to say, I don't think we are compatible for coexisting on such a personal social media site such as Facebook or whatever. Don't be afraid to do that. You don't need that in your life. One of the biggest killers in your life is stress, and you're not going to change anyone's worldview. Worldview and lens is something that is inbred in a person from a very young age unless they have a life-changing experience, either on the outside behaviorally or something inside their heart. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to hit delete or block if you need to. You will feel better about it. Why the hell would you want to wake up in the morning and start arguing with somebody online in front of other people? You don't want to do that. It's not worth it for you. Even if you have something in common with them, I know my natural response would be, well, look for things that you have in common with that person and let that be the bridge. Sometimes people are beyond the bridge. Some people can't coexist with you and they want to school you on things. Unload them. Get rid of them. You don't need them in your life. A tribe can't exist if everyone does not think on the same page. The whole idea of diversity is overblown and overrated. I believe in hanging out with people like yourself. With myself. I like that. I want to be with people who are like me. It makes more sense. It makes my life easier and it will make your life easier. The whole concept of diversity is bullshit. Bullshit. People like hanging out with similar thinking, similar looking, similar acting, similar talking people. There will always be a little problem down the line if you take diversity to its logical conclusion. That is not what a tribe is about. I know there are, for instance, I have a beard in common with many people. But the minute we start talking ideology or politics, we're not going to get along because that goes even deeper than the bearded brotherhood. So that's why I talk about peace. I want peace. I do not want arguments with anyone, and you have to be committed to that. That's why I constantly say, peace be with you, and you say back to me, and also with you. That's my commitment to you. But some people are just destined to be bitches. Some people are destined to give you thumbs down. Some people, they're going to be like a thorn in your side. And excuse my language, man, because this fires me up. There's always going to be people that rub you the wrong way. And there's always one person. But this is what you do. You ignore them. You get rid of them. Block the shit out of them. Get them out of your life. The sooner and quicker you do, the better off you're going to feel. Because you are a feeling being. And I don't want you to become numb. I don't want you to become numb. Because people bitching and moaning at you is not a normal state of being. It's a constant state of stress for you. That's why if you've worked a customer service job and you deal with nothing but bitchy people all day long, complaining people all day long, it can really wear on you. And you can take it personal. Even though it's not personal, it still wears on you. So why have that? Why willfully be on social media and allow people to rub you the wrong way? Get rid of them. Do it fast, make it swift, unload them. If you're doing business with them, fine. If you have the kind of ethics where you don't want to do business with people who have different ethics, I can understand that. In America, all money is green, so I'll do business with anybody, but I will not be friends with just anybody. Keep that in mind. I try to keep my message to you as universal as possible. I know I would lose a large percentage, just statistically speaking, a large percentage of subscribers, fans, etc. if I told everyone what my deepest beliefs are, and vice versa. That's just how it works. So I keep it professional, I keep it motivational. I want to keep my message something that everybody from every persuasion, every ethnicity, every beard shape and style, every country, I want to give you something that you're all going to benefit from. And that's what my goal is to help you move ahead a half inch. If you are in a 6-foot hole, I want to help you get an inch higher out of that hole. There are people in my life who I can attribute to motivating my sorry ass out of a rut. Grant Cardone is one of them. And it's only been in the past year. There's certain people who are chosen in your life and are supposed to be there for a certain time in your life. Grant Cardone was one of the guys that I started listening to last year. You need to watch every video by Grant Cardone. He's one of the guys, just when I was in like a little dry spot, just when I started getting used to all the other motivational messages that I was hearing and nothing was working for me, I put on Grant, and he not only nurtured me, but he also kicked my ass a little bit. And he kicked my ass in the right direction. A good ass kicking is not a bad thing if it pushes you in the right direction. Kissing your ass and nurturing, get over here. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? I got to make sure I don't hurt your feelings. You know what I'm going to say about that, right? Sometimes there's value to a good ass kicking as long as that ass kicking is in the right direction. Back to the original subject. There are people on your social media sites that have incompatible views with you. They're incompatible with you on personal social media sites. Business sites like LinkedIn, I can connect with anybody because it's about connection and transferring of dollars back and forth. People want to hire me for a consulting position. They want to hire me for whatever. I have no problem with that. I don't care what they believe in. They don't care what I believe in. They don't care who I am. It works for us. When it comes to personal social media sites, personal, stack the deck, build your tribe with people who believe like you. Diversity is highly overrated. Focus. I had a guy say to me the other day, he says, George, you've been cutting hair a long time, and your fan base, I had a moderate fan base until I focused. He says, when you focused, you took off. When you focused. And wow, that I haven't slept for 2 nights because I kept thinking about that. The minute I focused on hair care and skin care as opposed to being a generalist and just do anything and everything. I'm not a line you up kind of guy. I'm a big beard guy. And I found that beards, big beards, guys that rock big beards are, I don't want to say anti-establishment, but you're open to other things. You don't like working for the man. You kind of march to the beat of a different drummer, and I relate to that. and you relate to that, and we think similarly. So here's the deal, and I noticed as I watch some of my old videos, I say here's the deal a lot, and that's usually when I start wrapping things up. When I say here's the deal, that's when you know this video is about to end. Here's the deal. Focus. Focus. If you're a long distance runner, it doesn't help you to hang out with bodybuilders and guys that spend 6 hours a day in the gym. You want to be with other runners. And vice versa. If you're a bodybuilder, being with long distance runners, their workout isn't going to help you reach your goal. The idea, it's okay to cross train, but think about diversity and how it's hurt you. Diversity is not as good as you think. It's highly overrated. I want you to specialize. I want you to hang out with people like you. I want you to hang out with people like yourself and get direction from people like yourself and people who are a notch above you in accomplishments as far as earning and ideas. You don't, it's okay to cross-pollinate. In other words, like my dad, who is a professional mandolin player, plays in a band, and he said he always got better when he played with people who were better musicians than him. That makes a lot of sense. It helps you up your game. You don't up your game by hanging out with people that are different than you. You want people that are better than you. You got that? I hope that's a message for you today that a couple of you get. Hey, if I reach one person, I'm happy. I know there's a lot of people that watch these. If one person's life changes, if one person gets out of a rut, then this 15 minutes was worth it. Have a fantastic day. George Bruno, also known as the Sultan of Silver. I'm about to head into a day of cutting hair and beard trimming. And I'm working on creating a boutique hair place that's open a couple days a week. That's for my very hand-picked, cherry-picked clientele. That's going to be very high-end, only 2 days a week. I'm interested in doing that 2 days a week. And that'll be men and women. Very private, not a public salon kind of thing. I want a private boutique hair and skin studio. People that come in, and what I do is bring out the beautiful and the handsome in them. That's one of my goals as far as actual work is concerned. The other goal is possibly to be the first large white bearded host of a TV shopping channel or host of a show of some type, travel show. I've always loved museums, and I have a concept that I just call Great Museums of the World, and I would love to host that show. It would be phenomenal. I would be good at it, and it would be a lot of fun for everybody watching. What is your goal? Where do you want to be? Put it in the comments below. Where do you want to be? Articulate it, write it down. Once you commit it to paper or put it down, then guess what? Your brain starts working in that direction, and you start being unsettled because you need to start working towards that goal. Do it, and tell me about it. Have a fantastic day. Go out there and get them. Bye.